ineffective counsel thing because they didn't object while Kid Cudi was up there. If you know someone, I must say Kid Cudi is another star witness. All the reports I've read, that's how they reacted to him. If you know that all of his testimony, you might have a chance of taking out maybe.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. So, a 2016 surveillance video obtained exclusively by CNN shows Sean Diddy Combs grab, shove, drag, and kick his then girlfriend, Casey Ventura, during an altercation that matches allegations in a now settled federal lawsuit filed by Casey Ventura back in November. The footage, compiled from multiple camera angles dated March 5th, 2016, appears to show Diddy during an incident that, according to Casey's complaint, occurred at the now closed Intercontinental Hotel in LA. In the video, Casey exits a hotel room and walks to a bank of elevators. Then Diddy, holding a towel around his waist, runs down the hall after Casey. He grabs her by the neck and throws her to the floor. Still holding his towel closed with one hand, he then turns to kick her.
Look at you, nigga. You talk popping champagne. You get a little different, nigga. You put your whole body in the seat. You good?
Dog, I'm great. I just asked the question, man. Can we move on?
Yes.
Speaking of Diddy, there's been a lot of Kid Cudi talk.
Yes, sir.
There's a serious part and a not so serious part, but I guess the first part is the actual case. Puff's lawyers want the Kid Cudi testimony taken out. And as somebody who is appalled by Diddy and appalled by this whole story, I feel bad, but they right.
They wrong.
They wrong.
What's it based on?
What? You think Diddy's lawyers are wrong?
Yes.
I think
Why do they want to wait? Hold on. Why do they want to remove?
Okay, they want Kid Cudi's testimony removed because they said it's all speculation.
True. Okay.
He didn't actually witness anything. How do you know Puff came in your house and opened your gifts, locked the dog up? How do you know he was the one behind whatever happened to your car?
Some diabolical
like you didn't see him, you have no proof it's him.
This is exactly what his team said.
Okay.
Kid Cudi.
Glasses on.
Right, I know. Kid Cudi's speculation about Combs' involvement had minimal probative value, whereas the danger of unfair prejudice, particularly since he was opening about ultimate issue as to which he was the alleged victim, whether Combs was guilty of arson or one of the charged racketeering acts, was great.
I think the point is, during testimony, object to this shit.
Exactly. I've been in the court where it's hearsay, speculation, objection, and they'll beat that whole fucking argument up. Basically,
kill him on the cross.
Yo, they allowed pictures to be shown of a car that got burnt up to influence the jury. Motherfucker, who burnt your car up? Prove that I burnt your car up.
And in Cudi's testimony, he says he met with Puff at some
Soho House.
He met with Puff there. They had a conversation, and then he was like, "Yo, but about my car." Puff's response was, "What car?"
Yeah.
So even if I'm the lawyer, my client didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. Even when you talked to him, he didn't know.
But then a couple of years ago, he stated that him and Puff ran into each other again. And
sorry
Puff,
for all that shit.
And Puff was remorseful.
Just said, "I'm sorry for all that shit."
Yes.
Yeah. He was fucking my
that
girl.
is hearsay.
Dog.
It's not hearsay, but I get your point. It has limited value.
All right.
It's not hearsay because he told him directly.
He told him directly. That's not hearsay. But when you saying, "Yo, he came in my house and did this to my car,"
yeah.
What? I mean, he unwrapped my gifts. He turned my alarm off.
I know I shouldn't find that funny.
He put my dog in the bathroom. You can't prove Puff did none of that shit or even ordered it done. Maybe behind closed doors, we might think that he did, but you can't prove that.
Yeah, knowing and proving it is two different.
It's two totally different things, and you influence the jury and you influence the public by saying I did all these things.
But that's why I'm saying Diddy's lawyers are right.
No, they're wrong.
They shouldn't have got to that.
They should have did that at the cross.
I think that's true too.
Yeah.
I think they fucked up.
Yeah.
And I think Diddy has a real argument for ineffective counsel, which might be the backdoor strategy here. No Diddy intended. But aside from the backdoor strategy,
you saying theoretically it should be exonerated. I agree with you.
Right. But I still think they have an argument that this should be thrown out because ultimately I want, whatever I think of Diddy, and I don't think much of Diddy, I still want defendants in general to be
have fair trial.
Yeah, to have a fair trial. Yeah. And somebody bringing in some shit. If Cudi had said, "Look, Diddy told me he burned it,"
yeah, that's different.
Then that's fine.
That's not hearsay.
But I'm like, he fucking told you. What car?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which any reasonable person would say because you think they're wearing a wire.
Of course.
So I understand why Diddy would want this thrown out, is all I'm saying. And I hate that it went down that way. And I believe Cudi. I believe Cudi 100%.
I'm sure a bunch of people believe that this is the truth.
Yeah, but that's not how the law
works. What we believe to be the truth and what you can prove is the truth are two totally different things. And I think that his lawyers and them dropped the ball
They
on that.
totally dropped the ball. But
I think that.
But the thing that I keep
You think that
thinking
could be
of,
strategy?
Maybe they're trying to prepare for ineffective counsel, some shit where like, look, there was some shit here where clearly, you know.
I mean, like
Y'all say that. I don't view that way.
What do you mean?
What do you think?
Like with the whole ineffective counsel thing, because they didn't object while Kid Cudi was up there. If you know someone, I must say Kid Cudi is another star witness. All the reports I've read, that's how they reacted to him. If you know that all of his testimony, you might have a chance of taking out.Maybe you let him go. Maybe that's a strategy.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's what I'm saying. So maybe like an appeal for ineffective counsel because like, this was so obvious
y'all
that they should have
saying-
objected to.
I don't understand.
Y'all
that.
saying two
Because
totally
look,
different things.
I'm not saying that happens for him to file for ineffective counsel. I'm
Later.
saying if the counsel is great, maybe their strategy together is to let all of that go and have all of it stricken.
Which is why I say I agree. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, and that's why I say I think they're right for making this point. I think it's
like,
the right
let's-
call.
And I agree with you that they're doing the right thing here.
Yo, let's keep it a buck though.
The jury can't unhear what they heard.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
And that's the hard part.
The
that's
jury
why you-
cannot
strike it.
unhear what they heard.
I heard the shit.
Right. And but the truth is, they already heard that shit before they got to court.
Yeah,
too.
but
No,
I ain't see
not
the
to
pictures
that.
of the car.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
never
None
seen
of us saw the pictures of the car.
And
That's true.
I
The
didn't
car
know
did
that.
look
I knew about him blowing.
I
up
ain't know
the
about
car.
the gifts and the
I didn't know
house
about
and
the
the
gifts
dog.
and breaking in the house and all the other shit. That's more diabolical than him blowing up my car.
Yeah, that's some cold blooded
He
shit.
broke in my house. He disarmed the alarm and put my dog in the bathroom and unwrapped my gifts.
Not to be toxic. Not to be toxic.
What are we talking about?
Not
That's
to be
way
toxic.
scarier than a nigga throwing a Molotov cocktail in your car.
Not to be toxic, but if my wife ever were to date somebody else, and I don't know if she hears this part of the podcast, I'd like to
It's buried deep enough.
I'd like to, yeah, I hope so. But I'd like to, actually, I may send this to her.
Dan Marino in you?
I do this. This is the level of petty and diabolical that I aspire to be. I don't support anything Diddy has done. But I understand the idea of tracking down, particularly if she were like cheating, not so much like if we break up. If you break up,
Yeah, you on your
move on with your life. But if there's just another nigga that's showing up or showing attention, yeah, I want to unwrap his gifts. His dog gonna go missing. You know what I mean? He may have a drop top that he didn't buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I alone in this? Flip, I know you understand. You've been married 19 more than 19 years.
17 years. Number one. Number two, you're not alone, but I'm not going to elaborate. I learned how to edit myself, boy. I ain't gonna elaborate.
Parks, you with me too, right?
No.
I ain't even gotta ask Ice. I already know. Ice ride with me.
Yo, real quick though, how y'all feel about Thug calling Cudi a rat? Called him a rat.
What the fuck? He's a subpoenaed witness. How? How does snitch culture overlap with this when you are subpoenaed, but you have a federal fucking subpoena?
He's a civilian.
Did Cudi remove himself from hip hop?
I stand with Thug on this one.
Yeah, did he freeze? Did Kid
Shut
Cudi?
up, Mark.
What?
You're such a liar.
I'm